They are trying very hard to make this as though like you don't need to have seen anything coming up to it. This is first steps. It is the first thing we're doing. It's effectively a brand new part of the MCU that you've never seen before. And so they want it to be the case, I suspect, that people do not feel bogged down by the homework of previous phases. Whether it's successful or not, I don't know. But like that looks like a reasonably healthy opening box office prediction. I don't know what the last
Superman didn't open to that. This is not. There's just no way.
No.
Because Superman got 125, 23.
125, 126.
The problem with like the way they're marketing these products, it's like they're splitting audiences. So it like with Superman, it was like the Snyder Bros versus the gun, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, gun simps, and it was trying to divide the audience when you would think you want to get everybody to join in to watch Superman, and then for this film, it's like all the Marvel people are like the Marvel fanatics are saying like looking at this and like, no, this isn't the Fantastic Four, and then you got the normies like, oh, I'm going to go because it's the new Marvel. So it's again divided the audience. I don't understand their marketing for this. So I think this is probably going to bomb at like 450, 500.
Well, you also got Pedro Pascal like running around just being an absolute menace towards his movie. It's like, you know, what James Gunn did, or no, Sean Gunn did, like just before the Superman movie came out. You know, he's trying to hit these like political beats, and it's like, dude, you're actually like isolating part of your audience. Just shut up. Some of the best press you could have did was not talk. He's just like going to raves dressed up like a woman, and you know, like it was like, you know, this is Marvel's first family, right? Like when you see the actor behaving that way, I don't know that I would want to take my kids to promote that. I'm, you know, that's another thing too.
That's what I mean. Dividing the audience. You're allowing.
I think Marvel is stronger because even though Black Captain America was a disaster, people going into it knew it was going to be a disaster. It still got 400 million. Thunderbolts, which is like the rejects all in one movie, got 400 million. This is a much bigger film, and you've got the Doctor Doom straight afterwards, which you'd think Fantastic Four because he's the main bad guy. So this one will do better than those movies. I can see it doing like 600 million. Maybe more than that. Because there's still staying power in Marvel. Because even though Ironheart came out, that's like a fart in the wind. Nobody's talking about it now. It's Superman.
True.
And how
and
shit
that's the
that
thing
movie.
as well, because like the reaction to Superman, I think, has been interesting because notwithstanding the fact that it's a fucking awful movie, lots of people seem to think that it's a really good movie, and they are very keen to see more, which kind of puts a little bit of a kibosh on the whole superhero fatigue theory that like all these things will bomb because we're all sick of superheroes. Enough of the audience is really so unsick of superheroes that they will take any old slop James Gunn gives them. So if Fantastic Four can sufficiently separate itself from the past record of Marvel failure, it might benefit from the same thing. But I almost want it to be a Superman level movie just to see what the difference in reaction is. Let's say like Galactus in this is as retarded as Lex Luthor is in Superman. And like the video, I will say, look, Galactus is retarded, and everyone will say, yeah, God, that's awful. It's typical Marvel shit. And then I'll say, and so was Lex Luthor, and those same people will go, you can't say that about Lex Luthor.
Or it's the opposite. Say if this film's great and it's inspirational, they'll go, well, shit, fuck Fantastic Four. They should have killed Galactus. You should have had his head on a spike. They'll go, well, you know, that's not... Superman wouldn't have done that, even though he clearly kills in his own movie.
There has to be this outside meta that affects people's view on the movie. We can't just judge it for what the story they told. You're so right. There's always going to be these little variable things to argue about. But Fantastic Four is in a position now, like I mentioned with the Penguin. It's got to be great. This movie can't even be good. It has to be like one of the best superhero movies ever.
Yeah.
But even the Penguin, yes, it was great. But I mean, that was like the critics saying it was great. Like it didn't get a lot of like views technically because it was on HBO and it was kind of like a hidden gem that came out of nowhere.
But it renewed people's interest in the world and made people go back and reconsider the Batman as a film. I know many people who went to rewatch the Batman because of it. I think that alone bought them some time.
Yeah.
But the whole if I don't even think this has to be good because the Jurassic World and Superman are so bad. Being a mid-movie makes this look better. It's like having a fat friend for a girl. She makes you go up in scale.
Yeah,
If you're
every
a
hot girl
6,
has a fucking
standing
fat
next to a
friend.
2, you're an 8.
Has anyone seen the pictures? It looks like the Thing grows a beard at some point.
Yeah,
in time
yeah,
in
I
this
saw
movie.
the trailer, I believe, but I've seen stills of it for sure.
He looks like an Ent in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about this movie. The FF have never been a huge property. Neither is Superman, which is in reality for a Superman movie, it's doing pretty well because it's never been $1 billion franchise, and this definitely never has. So the MCU is just in a bad spot. So it's not like putting the MCU logo on top is a selling point anymore.
No.
Well, which argument do you think is more valid? Superhero fatigue or Pedro fatigue?
Superhero fatigue.
But
I think that's real. I think Superman would have opened huge. That's why we're having a fucking like feeling out moment. It's because like people don't really care about superheroes. $125 million, dude. The fucking American dollar in 5 years has lost 25% of its value. $125 million isn't shit anymore. Like, it's not a lot of people went to see that movie. The numbers look good, but it isn't actually like a substantial amount of people as opposed to 20 years ago when Spider-Man opened to $114 million.
But how
It's
much
just
is that
not a lot more.
attributed? How much can you point? How much is that attributed to superhero fatigue versus just poor marketing? Because I think this movie was marketed like shit.
Yeah, I'm
hard to
actually
determine
shocked
that
that it even opened to 125 million, considering how bad the marketing for Superman was.
Yeah,
It
was
really
terrible.
wasn't good. I mean, the you guys remember the debates of like the opening still that we got, where it's basically
Holy crap.
him, or was it the was it the
it was
crypto?
him. No, it was him getting his suit on. Like he was
Yeah, so
buckling his
yeah,
suit.
and
it was
the
wars
interdimensional
over
imp
that.
in the background, and no one we now know what it is. But I was like, that doesn't even go. It was like the first image we got is like him being defeated and sulking. That was a terrible first choice.
From the first image was the booting up, and then the first video shot was him getting the opening scene, right? But from both of those, people were just fighting from the very beginning. Whether it's a shot or a clip, it's been nothing but war. Debating this movie since before it even came out. It's such a strange one, and for it to be this crap after all the discussion, it's just such a disappointment. Complete failure to me. I think this movie is going to age like piss. The people who are defending it now don't have arguments. They just have feelings, and those feelings are eventually going to run out. You know?
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, like they'll have to accept all the criticisms are real.
Yes. Like, where's all those savages that defended TLJ back in the day? Where the fuck are they now? Where are they? There's none of them left. There's like 4.
Yeah.
They're dying out.
Although
So
Snyder fans still defend Man of Steel.
they
Well,
got
although-
endurance though. Snyder fans are fucking built to last. I don't know.
What do you think? All right,
Yeah, they
so
are built different.
which is worse, Man of Steel or Superman 2025?
Superman
Oh,
2025.
Superman
Yeah,
2020.
Superman.
Wait, which is what did you ask again,
Red.
Rafer?
Which is worse?
Man of Steel's worse.
You think it's
I
worse?
fucking hate that movie. I hate Zack Snyder.
Which one do you hate more and which one's worse? It's two different
but
questions.
it's way more coherent than this. I will say
It's boring.
I enjoyed it more just because of the spectacle of it. I still hate the Man of Steel. They both suck. They're
Which
both
one would you
not
rather
great
watch?
Superman movies.
I'd rather
We have to
watch
turn one on right now.
James Gunn's Superman's James Gunn
The
again.
fuck out of here! No freaking way.
Man
The
of Steel is
monkeys.
fucking terrible.
If we're watching it to laugh at it, the monkeys will fuel me for like 20 minutes at least.
Dude, B.A. Turner has the last laugh in this situation if I allow this. So it's not happening.
Oh god. Steel. They're both shit, but
Yeah, they really both suck.
yeah.
And I going back to Fantastic Four, the casting for this is awful. I just cannot get behind the voice actor Eben, whatever his name is, for the thing. It just it doesn't sound like the Thing.
No.
And then Johnny Storm, or he's kind of twinkish, so it's like it throws you off. And then
bizarre.
He looks
He's
like the
not
girl
like
from The Last of Us.
Yay. It's
Yeah.
Well, he's
Okay.
flaming, literally. He goes, flame on.
Yeah, that was not a
They're
good
already
choice,
saying
man.
problematic shit too, where it was like, well, we know Johnny Storm to be like this masculine character who always gets the girls. We gotta went a little different route, and it was like, why do we always have to do this?
Why?
Like, part of the intrigue of like a character like James Bond is he always gets the girl. Like, it's just like part of the rules. And yes, I agree with Gooch too. The Thing should sound like a stereotypical like New York cabbie. Like he should just almost to a point where it's like a caricature.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny Storm's whole thing is he's going to keep trying to get with Silver Surfer. She's going to reject him and then never get with him. That's it.
It's gonna be Finn and Ray all over again, just yelling.
I really do think that Johnny might come out as gay in the film.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too.
Have you seen the picture of him putting the flame on and it's not over his head? Like it's just up to his fucking neck or some shit. It looks so stupid.
Yeah, it looks like it's on fire.
There's certain visuals when it comes to the Fantastic Four that you need to nail. From the, I hope the floopy arms don't look stupid. The invisible aspect, that's pretty easy. Just make her invisible. It's not that hard. But the flame on, like the imagery of him in flames that's Johnny Storm. Or what is it, Johnny Blaze or Johnny Storm? Which one is it?
Johnny
Storm.
Storm.
Yes,
Johnny
that is him from games, from comics, everything you can think of. Ruining that imagery along with the Silver Surfer, just a mistake, man. It's just, she looks so terrible and he looks just flamboyant as hell. It just doesn't work. It's funny that Pedro's sitting right there, but I referenced this last week. Oberyn Martell is one of the best examples of a bi character that's not a fucking pussy and he's not super flamboyant, and they actually make one that's balanced so everyone can kind of enjoy it. This doesn't look like that whatsoever.
No.
No, not the way to do
it. And they're saying things like, well, Sue Storm's really going to lead the team. I was like, Reed Richards is supposed to be like the smartest man in the universe. You know, it's that's a tall order.
How many?
Where it was like, you know, I'm going to open. I have this council where I consult with like alternate dimensional like versions of myself, but I better go see if the wife says it's okay. Like it's really weird.
Maybe they need a limitation because otherwise they can't make him have really stupid dumb fuck decisions because he's the smartest man in the universe, so he has to defer to his wife instead, and that's where all the bad mistakes come from. It's like shouldn't have listened to her, but she is in charge of the family, so I have to be an idiot because I do not want another character who I'm told is the most intelligent thing in the universe acting like a fucking tard. I'm so done with this trope. And here we've got another one, and I'm sure it's going to be stupid. So I'm kind of just hoping he doesn't make any decisions, and that's why she's in charge.
We've had a few of them, haven't we? We've had the previous Mr. Fantastic, who was a retard. We had the green brainy guy from Captain America, who's also a retard. We've had Lex Luthor, who's also a retard. We're gonna
Braun, who's a retard as well.
You also had Ironheart, who was supposed to be
she's a mega genius too. Yeah, she's also a tard. Who else is
the world's smartest? In the boys, there was a girl called the world's smartest woman, who's a fucking retard. We've had 7 world's smartest retards in like a year.
They should have a pageant competition. Just put them up on stage. Make them do stuff for money.
Spell your own name, and they're all struggling with crayons.
Yeah, Broccoli.
They never do it well either. From Shuri, even from Black Panther, they couldn't get. They just shove in the retard button or trait, and they just don't actually develop it whatsoever.
Yeah,
MODOK, another one.
Oh, yeah.
She would win because she would do something iconic.
Hey, Cynic, any chance they set up the Maker for a future installment in the MCU? I mean, after Galactus and Doom, he's the next potent villain. Yeah, the Maker would be fucking kick-ass. The Maker is Reed Richards, just like the evil version. And he came from the Ultimate Universe, and that was the universe I actually liked before it was driven into the ground by one of the worst writers of all time. Yeah. I like that universe. It was interesting.
Well, yeah, no, it was an original take on those characters, and it was fun to see it from like a different perspective. And yeah, and then like everything else, you bring in someone and they just shit all over it, and you're like, well, that was
actually shitting all over it.
Yeah,
they killed every single character.
Gore is like one of the most wasted villains ever.
Oh, I know.
That one was like shocking. You got one of my favorite actors of all time. He looks awesome in the makeup, and you do that.